I just love the sound of running water. It's so relaxing and restful. It's like when you go on holiday to the seaside, you can just sit and listen to the beach, can't you? And it makes you feel more relaxed. Because obviously a farm noise in the background, but anyway, here we go. Second week into Oregon, and it's cooler. Thankfully it is cooler. It is looking at being around the mid-20s this week. We say cooler, but even now it's getting hotter. Mid-20s is cooler. We've had some pretty scorching temperatures, and I know while I've been away there's been some pretty scorching temperatures at home. So here we go, I'm back at my little RV. There it is. This is a little area that I'm sort of camped in here. And then behind me, down there, is my little creek. Can you see? There it is. Plans for today. Monday I've been for a run, and look at this. In here, I went for a run, and I wanted to make it run longer, and apparently you can run on the school running track. So I went down and around the school running track, and there were lots of people there having a little tiny little walklet for exercise, which is, I thought, quite good actually, because there's not many places. It's so vast, you know, to run from A to B. It's such a long way. And Loriann said, just walk around the school running track. So I ran around the school running track. Then I nipped down to the local coffee shop, which is now called Brew 211. And if you've watched me on Instagram, I've rather got friendly with the lady that runs Brew 211 because I keep going down there. So I had a lovely, lovely run. I managed to get up to 2.5 kilometres without the dogs today, so I'm feeling really proud of myself. So it's now off up the hill. You see it going up there. It's actually really steep, but I've been timing myself. Can get down it in 2.5 minutes. It's how quickly can I get up it. So I'm going up there to finish my Fleur dress today, because today is a stay-at-home day and sew day. So let's see what Loriann and I get up to when we get up there. Apart from the first job is to load the video you've just seen. Right, so stopwatch is running. Off we go. And this is me going up the hill. I'm going to fast forward it. Don't know if you can see that. 3 minutes and 19 seconds up the hill. Is she here? There she is. Miles away. Three minutes and 19 seconds.
Oh, good.
That's good, that, isn't it? So today in the sewing room, Loriann has already made the Fleur dress, but she is concerned about the fitting around the bust. So what we have done is, she'd done it to a D cup, so we're now trying to take it down. So very carefully I have laid on the pattern pieces, taking into consideration that we had to move this over for the seam allowance, and then redrawn on the dart point and the new stitching lines down the sides. So we are now going to put that together and see if we have made it smaller for her and make it fit better, because she has beautifully already finished the arms. So we're hoping that by a little bit of jiggery pokery around here, we might be able to sort it out. This is the only concerning bit here, but if we only had to take it back to there, we might be okay. But she's using the Last Beyond the Pink Door fabric, which is the Liberty one. It's a Liberty light poplin.
Yeah.
Poplin. I can't wait to make mine up. But mine I'm going to go for a winter. I'm still thinking a Maison Fauve Atlas blouse is top at the moment. But who knows? Gorgeous. I might change my mind. Yeah. Might make something for family event we've got coming up. More about that when I get home. Oh, for me, I'm about to start up with my Fleur dress again. But first of all, I'm trying to get a video. So, when your mate has a brand new all singing, all dancing sewing machine, you've got to find some excuse to use it, haven't you? Well, she's making something in blue and it's got blue on it, and I'm doing some darts for her. So I'm going to sew on it. And I hope she doesn't glare at me while I do it. It's got a little line that's going to tell me where I'm going to start. Down it goes. Loriann had me listening to a podcast last night called Sew and Sew. I'll put a link in the description box below. And I've got my running gear on. She had me listening to this podcast. Well, I'll tell you this much. After I'd listened to it, I wanted one. This isn't helping. I hope my kids aren't watching. Right, it's all very tense here in the sewing room. Loriann and I are both working on the Fleur dress. I am just about to put the binding on the neck of the Fleur dress. Now, Josie has you turn the binding up by 6mm or 2/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, depending on where you are. And then you turn back one end 15mm or 5/8 of an inch. And so what I've done is, at the end here, I've put on the binding. This end here, rather than folding it over, like so, and catching it in here, what I'm going to do is to do it as if I was doing a waistband back in the day, back in the 70s, like Mrs. Barnaby taught me to do. I'm going to put my pin in here like this, so then I will flip over the end when I sew it down, and I will come back to you and show you what it's going to be like. I have now, here's the binding sewn down, it needs clipping, and here's the bit I've folded over. If you just pull it back like so, you are going to guarantee that you have got that very sharp finish here. Then you've got your fold in here, you would understitch, fold it down, and then you are ready with a lovely, lovely crisp finish. You just hold it down there like that. I'm going to pin it down to Loriann's ironing board so you can see.
Is this black thread?
Can you see that? So for the lady that doesn't understitch, I have now understitched. Miracle of miracles. And as you can see, I have got a very neat finish here at the top of the Fleur dress. It's Quilts of Valor Day. So I am here. Where are we, Loriann? Montevilla Sewing Centre in Beaverton, in Oregon, and it is Quilts of Valor Day, and I am chain piecing loads and loads and loads of bits together here for a quilt. Let me just grab the pattern. We're doing these bits here, so we're joining the white bits, joining the bars together, so we're doing lots and lots and lots of chain piecing. Loriann is next to me here on a red featherweight. I am on Loriann's black featherweight, and Jane is just here next to me. So here's Jane. Jane is going to say hello. And Jane is, for those of you who don't know, this is Jane. She's so like Jane on Instagram. I'll pop it in the description box. And Jane is an expat. She's from Scarborough, and she's been in Portland for how long, Jane?
27 years?
27 years.
I think.
A long time.
Yeah.
Have you got the pattern there as well? Because the picture's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that.
But we're not doing this.
Not doing the top bit, just the bit at the bottom. Let me just zoom in on that. That is absolutely lovely. She's on her red. She's not watching what she's doing. She's waving at me. And she's on a red featherweight. And there we have got our bits here between us, and then straight ahead of us, Chris and Myrtle are over there, and they are organising the quilts to be sent off and processed. But today we are having a presentation.
Last year for the coronation of the king, and I was very lucky to be able to go.
She sat in front of our TV like this.
I did, yeah. Judi
and then we had to say, Loriann, you need to move because we all need to see.
Anyway.
She was shocked when we all stood up to sing the national anthem.
It was wonderful fun. Anyway, Judi, you hold up the other side and point out.
Oh, I don't know what to point out.
Well, King
Oh yeah,
Charles
it
III.
says King Charles III, the coronation and the date. This is the
Oh,
emblem.
awesome.
The emblem was designed, I can't remember who it was designed by, but that is on everything to do with the coronation. There was one for the Queen's Jubilee, for each of her Jubilees, and the next emblem that will be produced will be either for a coronation or a Jubilee.
What are you doing?
It'll probably end up in the church, in the village church.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Probably, I'll probably donate it to the village for the heritage project. The gentleman sitting in the middle is going to have a presentation of quilts. These quilts that we've been making, these Quilts of Valor, are presented to the veterans. So there'll be a little speech. He's got a whole load of his friends here as well that have come to watch the presentation. This is totally unexpected. We didn't know this was happening until we got here. So I'm actually going to stop while we have this. There'll be a speech and a dedication.
Well, if you don't mind stepping out just a little bit, these young ladies are going to show you your quilt.
It doesn't matter. At this point, we're going to show it.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow, it's an honor. That was.
And if you'll turn,
Yes.
let us put it around your shoulders.
It looks real good on you, Dennis. Get your pictures done, but you stay still on that.
I just wanted.
Want me to hold the center?
All right. Isn't that great? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Could you hear that in the background? That's a happy Loriann. She's been a little bit stressed this morning because there's been other things that happen in our lives that take us off kilter. So we've swapped machines, and I think this is just fatal. Just fatal. Basically, I'm on this machine today. I'm doing my hem on my Fleur dress, and I'm just literally doing turnover and a straight stitch. But she then pressed a button on the machine, and I can now see what I'm sewing, and I don't know if I like that or not, or whether it's going to completely confuse me. But if I go around, here's Loriann. She is using the Baby Lock blind hemming machine. Now, those of you that will have watched my videos from Oregon 2 years ago will have seen me trying to use this, and I failed abysmally. But I'm going to zoom in on it, and hopefully you can see it. But it creates a little bit of a ridge, and then the needle slides through. It's one needle, one reel of thread, so she's got the thread that she got with her pink door box. So what Loriann is pointing to is the very professional finish that you get. And what does it look like on the other side, Loriann? Absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely...
Tiny little tick marks.
And how long have you had this machine, Loriann? It's quite an old one, isn't it?
3-4 years. It was given to me.
Do they still make them?
No.
Ah, so you can't go out and buy one
We can't.
unless you wish to search eBay or people clearing out their sewing rooms.
It's fantastic, though.
It is lovely. It took me ages to work out how to use it, but
It's better on cottons than on viscose.
viscose.
rands.
Yes, you can see.
It will
I've
do
cut
it,
it
but
out
it's
ready.
better on cotton. And this is a cotton poplin.
I've come to Save Store and I finally met Robbie. Look, he's doing it!
Hello.
It's Robbie from Save Store. I love you, Robbie. We've talked machines to death. We've talked brothers. We've talked Janome. We've talked Baby Lock. We've talked New Boninas.
New Boninas.
New Boninas, because there's a new
990.
new
Or
990
new brother
and a new
coming.
brother coming out next week. So this
Yep.
is my but I've also come in the back because Robbie's got a studio, and I've met this lovely lady here. This
Hey.
is Chrissie, and
Hi.
she is from
Good Vibes Quilt Shop.
Good Vibes Quilt Shop.
Yeah.
Now, you got to go and follow. I'm going to put a link to her YouTube channel down below. And she's going to be working with Robbie, and they're going to be promoting more of their machines. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, because Chrissie is going to be giving you tips on your machines. So you might have a Baby Lock, you might have a Brother, you might have a Janome, you might have a Benina. Any others that you have here that you're going to be going out on? Those are the ones we're going to go on.
Those are the ones.
There will be a technique, and if they say, how do we do something, would you be able to help?
Oh, I would totally be able to help.
Yes, it's
I love it. You
Mrs.
can
Technique. That's what we need, Mrs. Technique.
Call me, text me.
Call it, text her, and she's got Instagram as well. Apparently she has a little quilt shop down the road, so I'm going to be twisting Loriann's arm. But I'm going to spin the camera around, Chrissie, and you can tell us exactly what you're going to be doing now.
Right now, today, we are demonstrating the Baby Lock Brilliant, which is an amazing machine.
Do they do an equivalent to this?
Yes.
Because in the UK we can't get the Baby Lock machine. We'd have the Brother equivalent.
What is the Brother equivalent?
Brother equivalent of this would be the PS700.
PS700, right.
Love the options
Sure,
on this.
there's loads and loads and loads of sewing machine dealers. Go to your local dealer. I obviously recommend David Drummond, not being paid to say that. And there is certainly a shop in Salisbury, and there's a shop in the Midlands as well. Sorry,
Can I show you 3 options that they have here?
Yeah,
we
shoot
have
me.
the drop-in bobbin, which I absolutely adore, because you don't have to worry about threading your bobbin and getting it on in there. And then you also have the scissors. Yeah. And really, the combo for the scissors is being able to have locking stitch and your scissors, so you don't have a bunch of loose threads. And the last thing I love is, because I'm getting old and I need these big thick glasses, is the automatic threader.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Yes.
For what this value for this machine is in terms of value, it's huge.
It's a good one, isn't it?
It's a great one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you have the Innovis over here?
We do. Yeah.
It reminds me of the Brother Innovis. I've got a couple of friends who I think have got Innovises, and it looks very, very similar to that. So there you go.
There you go.
Follow Chrissie, and Chrissie is going to help you with your sewing machine.
Love it.
Right, we are back from a wonderful afternoon out and about. We went to, was it Clackamas?
Yes.
And we went to the town centre, we went to the Cheesecake Factory, yum, 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 which was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I've got no pictures. I'm really sorry. If I have, I'll put one in here. But we had skinny cheesecake and we shared it, so we were extra good. Now then, we are sewing, aren't we? And I'll come through to you in a minute. I am in here. Did you enjoy the footage with Robbie? Oh. I hope you did. He really is. Hi, I'm Robbie from Save Store. And it was the way he did the hi, I'm Robbie from Save Store. But we're having a sewing evening because Larry, bless him, has gone out to see some friends so that we can have some sewing time, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's been such a little star, hasn't he?
Yes,
He's been a superstar. So let's spin round and have a look in here. And do you know what? I'm going to tell you what I've just done. Loriann and I have just filmed this once. And when I went to turn the camera around, I pressed the off button and carried on talking. I need to do it a different way. I am making another Fleur dress using the Beyond the Pink Door fabric that we got, I think, in our May boxes. It was the nautical box. I think it was Andrea's birthday month box, and I adore the colour I have on this. It's really warm, and I love fabric subscription boxes because you never know what you're going to get inside a fabric subscription box. And it's really good to try and work with the different colours and see how they work with your skin. So I'm really loving this one. So I'm working on the skirt part here, and I'm going to show you what I do to save a bit of time. So I'm getting to use the nice shiny new sewing machine and the nice shiny new overlocker, which is really lovely. And watching Chrissie this afternoon from Good Vibes Quilts, she said to me that she was really enjoying her new job of doing all these little video clips because she was getting to learn how to use all the different machines. And Loriann is in the living room making an Aira blouse by Love Notions. Right. Here she is holding it up, and she picked up this fabric from the Mill End store earlier in the week. Or was it the end of... it was last week when we went with Jane, last Thursday. And you got it in the discount section, didn't you?
Yes, 50%
It was 50% off. It was
no,
amazing.
It's fabulous.
It's a lovely...
It's a rayon with cotton.
It's a cotton viscose or cotton rayon.
Yes.
It's really soft and a beautiful design. Really Loriann's designs and Loriann's colours. And look what... Because Larry's out. Look where we've got all the... Ooh. Look where we've got all the pieces. It's Larry's chair over there. And he's out. Bless him, we've just waved him off. He said, I'm going out to see some friends. So there's all the pieces. And Loriann's sewing on the 790 Pro and the beautiful Triumph combination cover stitcher and overlocker. Those of you that have watched me for a while will be aware that I like to try and save time in my sewing, and I like to bulk prep. So I am going to show you how I am bulk prepping these skirt pieces. Now these skirt pieces are gathered, so you are going to have, you can level the hem with your hem marker if you want to, but it's straight cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron up the hem now. I'm ironing up the hem, both pieces. I'm going to go and do both pieces individually, and I will come back to you in a couple of minutes. So I'm ready to put the two pieces together. So let me just explain to you what I was trying to explain earlier. So I've now sewn the side seam, and that needs pressing. So I'm going to open it out, and I'm going to press from this way down, so you'll see the iron come in, like so. Then I'm going to fold it over, pull over like this, and because I've got those iron press marks from before, done. And that's ready to go. Just grab a pin, pop that in, go around and do the other one. Some of you are going to think it's not going to be level to the ground. It is when you have got some bias cut in your skirt. So when you've got a swing out like so, that kind of shape with a curved end, those bias pieces will all fall, and they will fall differently. This is on the straight grain, dead straight to the floor. It's just two great big rectangular panels, and those are the skirts you can take that risk and think it's going to be okay. Good morning everybody. How are we all today? This is Thursday. This is the day before we head off on our little trip to Hawaii. And as you can see, I'm wearing one of the Fleurs, and this is as much as you're going to see at the moment, because we are going to insert some footage and some photos in a minute. We are just waiting for Larry to finish cutting the grass, and then he's going to come and take some photos. Loriann is beavering away in the next room on her Aira Blouse. I forgot what it was then. But this morning I have already been for a run. I'm going to put a little bit of footage in just here when I went to meet the lovely Janelle down at the coffee store. So down at the coffee shop, here is Janelle, and here is my adorable coffee, and I've just run 3k.
Super yum.
Been twice around that school track.
You're better than I am.
Twice around it. Isn't she just the most lovely lady? She has been fantastic, and she was telling me when I stopped filming about where she gets her coffee from, and it's from an independent coffee roaster actually in Portland, and you can always tell when you've gone to a coffee store that sells a more individual coffee because the taste is unbelievable. Right, so today it is Let's Beaver Away with the Fleur dress, and I thought I'd start yet with another little Judi tip. The Fleur dress has these very delicate little flaps, and if you need, you have to sew down the edge here. Now, getting them to fold over evenly can be a little bit tricky, but let's not worry about that. She says, dropping it. Let's find the side that isn't the most even. And I'm being a bit open here. Obviously, I'd like both sides to match up perfectly, like so. But sometimes you get a tiniest little bit of slippage, like so. Does it matter? No. What matters is how you're going to cope with it. We're going to lay it into the sewing machine, and we are going to use our edge stitching foot. Now, as I have mentioned to you before, this banana feet are much, much bigger, but you will have in your foot box an edge stitching foot that has a lump like so on it. I'm just going to call out to Loriann. Loriann, did you know me have a foot like this? The edge, like the 10D?
yes.
Yes, Janome, so that means Janome, Fav, Husqvarna, Singer. That's it. Those machines will all have a foot, and Baby Lock and Brother will have a foot like so. And what you need to do is you need to sew with this little edge bit butting up to the side of your tie. There we go. So we'd line up the machine like so. You've got the edge of your fabric butted up to the edge here of the foot. And ordinarily, your line of stitch would be on this little line here. But you don't want it to be on the edge, you want it to be a couple of millimetres over. So on your machine there will be a function to tap the needle over. You need to tap it over by 2 or 3, and that will give you a much sharper finish. Well, that's better, a better view there of the Fleur. I'm really pleased with that. This is the fabric I bought at Josephines Dry Goods. And I've also got another one here, which I'm actually not going to put on now. I have to wait till I get to Hawaii. And this one I bought made using the beautiful nautical fabric from Beyond the Pink Door, and you'll have to wait for me wearing this until next week when I get to Hawaii. I've just come down to the creek, and I thought you can see my dress better here, can't you? It's much better here. Much better. I am so pleased with this. So there you go, much better pictures of my lovely new Fleur dress, and you saw the other one up on the top there at Loriann's house, and I will show you that one when we get to Hawaii. It's all packed up now, ready in the suitcases, because we're going to leave really early tomorrow morning. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and just to say thank you to everyone who watched the first one that I put out. It's so kind of you to watch, and thank you for the absolutely delightful comments. Now, I'm going to apologise now for being behind with my comments, but I have focused on my holiday. When I get home, I will take the time as I'm recovering from the jet lag and just relaxing at home, and I will reply to every single one of you. So for now, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, please, it would be lovely if you could consider doing that, and I'll see you all again when we get to Hawaii. Bye bye.